I'm going to give a 2-minute call if you want to start finding your seats.
How are you, Carol?
I'm good, you?
I'm back. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I want to call the Town Hall closeout ceremony to order. I want to welcome everyone in attendance to today's meeting, including past council members, distinguished elected officials, town staff, and the residents of Davie, and to those of you viewing this ceremony on Facebook and YouTube. This is a day of celebration, but it's also a day of sadness as we say goodbye to our beloved town hall here in Davie. This building has served as Davie Town Hall since our second incorporation in 1961, and the site where all of the elected officials, past and present, have helped shape and preserve our unique culture. I have been coming to Town Hall since the 70s. At one point, they were going to turn the rodeo into a baseball field, and I remember we had hundreds of horse people, and I was there. Come here to a council meeting to try to save the rodeo arena. It's part of our culture. It just is so fabulous. Each of us have fond memories of this building, and we'll miss it, but we can cherish all of our memories. At this time, I'd like you to all rise and ask the honor guards of the Davie Police and Fire Departments to present the colors and invite Tatiana Calzadia to the podium to sing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
I would like to thank Tatiana. The performance was beautiful. I will now invite Boy Scout Troop 118 to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, thanking Scott Leader Martini, Peyton, Corey, Gio, and Juan Pablo.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Poison. You may be seated. At this time, I want to thank the members of the Boy Scout for leading us in the pledge. And we will now have Pastor Coleman from Fire and Pastor Elms from Police to provide the invocation and reflection for today's event.
Thank you, Mayor. It's good to be with you all this morning, this afternoon. I'm going to read my comments since you asked two preachers to come up here. That was a little dangerous. So we'll keep it very brief. You know, I think it's the fact that two chaplains were asked to come and open this ceremony is significant. The town of Davie has always honored the faith of its citizens. The recognition of the past and all that has happened in this room, in this facility, and the anticipation of the future building is exciting, and it's actually rather personal for me. Not only have I been privileged to be a chaplain for the police department and now the fire department, I'm a local pastor here in Davie. I've stood in this room many times, being invited to pray in this building, and when our church was in need of rezoning of our present property, 3 different times we needed rezoning. All 3 times, the town council, which was a range of people, unanimously approved everything that we wanted to do. And I think I just wanted to have a chance to say to all of you, thank you for that. It means the world to us, of course. We've always enjoyed a wonderful relationship with the town, and many times that interaction happened inside this room and over the last 25 years. So I personally want to thank the town, from the mayor, the town council, to the various departments, for the many times we needed your approval and help with plans and permits. When other pastors in other cities had told me how hard it was for them, I've always been able to say we have nothing but a good experience with a friendly town that understands the value of providing a place of worship for its people. So we thank you for that. And we've worked together on many different projects to help the people. I'm appreciative that the town knows its people, gives us names of people we can help, and each time I've stood in this building before the council, I was treated with respect and cooperation. So now we move forward to a new facility to serve the town, and we as your chaplains are grateful that we are able to help you recognize and want the blessing of God, not in establishing a state religion as our forefathers protected us from, but looking to God for his help and blessing on our town and efforts to serve the people. Now Pastor Elms is going to lead us in an invocation.
Thank you, Chaplain Coleman. Shall we pray? Dearest Almighty, it is our grand privilege to stand here today. For truly it is with amazing gratitude that we have come to this place. Certainly in this room there have been many days and seasons of struggle, wonderful celebrations of success. There are moments where we have had to tussle with trouble here. Citizens, neighbors, friends, and maybe even foes have come together in this room to find a more perfect union, and for that we are grateful. And this day we also appreciate that our present leadership stands strong and with their very soul have given their best so that we could be at this place in this time, cutting through the chaos, finding clarity and certainty and sureties in a day where it seems as if evil wants to raise its ugly head. It is people that serve in times like these with a smile that I stand here so grateful for. You have given them, and it is not just with gratitude and appreciation, but I also thank you with amazing anticipation that as a town we do not just react, we are proactive in dreams and visions of a brighter tomorrow. And it is with your glory and majesty that we close out this place, not hastily, but with great humility and in gratitude, because tomorrow is going to be a brighter day. And for all these things we are grateful. Amen.
Amen. Beautiful. Thank you. Evelyn Roig, our town clerk, will now conduct a roll call for this meeting, including the current and past town council members.
Mayor Paul,
Here.
Vice Mayor Whitman,
Here.
Councilmember Hatton,
Here.
Councilmember Starkey,
Here.
Councilmember Lewis,
Here.
Town Administrator Lamack,
Here.
Assistant Town Administrator Holste,
Here.
and Town Attorney Weinthal.
Here.
I'll move on to our former town council members. Councilmember Wiseman,
Raise your hand. You can't hear.
Councilmember Thompson, Councilmember Gill,
Is it-
Councilmember Primo, Councilmember DeLeo,
Here.
Councilmember Cowan,
Here.
Councilmember Kovac,
Here.
Councilmember Kerr,
Good.
Councilmember Cox, Mayor Truex, Councilmember Crowley, and Councilmember Koletka. Mayor, we have a quorum.
Thank you very much. First of all, I want to thank all the past town council members who have joined us today to celebrate the closing of the Davie Town Hall. Many of you have traveled a long distance to be here, and that demonstrates the passion you have for the town of Davie, a passion that is shared by all of us sitting before you. The town council and I pride ourselves on making Davie the best place to live, work, learn, and play while treasuring our natural settings. As your successors in service to the community, we have continued protecting our legacy, your legacy, through the maintenance of the rural lifestyle, protection of open spaces, expansion of trail systems, and maintaining the hometown feeling. Thank you for your service, and I look forward to presenting each of you with a token of appreciation in a few minutes. In attendance today, we have distinguished elected officials representing Davie at the state and county levels, and national level too. I want to welcome Lori Fink from Congresswoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz's office. She was unable to be here. Florida House Representative Robin Bartleman. Did she get here? No. I didn't see her. Representing Florida Representative Michael Gottlieb is his aide, Linda Siegel. Broward County Commissioner and Senator Steve Geller. Our commission hero. Broward County Commissioner Tim Ryan. Did Tim make it? No. Okay. Now I want to invite our town administrator, Richard J. Lemack, to make some brief remarks and play a video.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Mayor, Town Council, former council members, esteemed guests, and residents. I'm Richard Lemack, Town Administrator. I want to take the opportunity on behalf of town staff to welcome every one of you to today's closeout ceremony. I have the honor of serving the town of Davie now for over 11 years, and the Town Hall project is the most important public project that Town Council has bestowed to me. The reconstruction of Town Hall on the existing site is the optimum location based on the town's history and connectivity to the downtown rodeo grounds and arena. We have a short video presentation showing the history of the former Town Hall leading up to the plans to the new Town Hall. So if you could please look at the screen, we'll play the video. Thank you. Mayor, if I could, just a few comments about the last couple of slides there. So we'll share with you, the new town hall will be constructed without impacting any of the native vegetation which has been inventoried and will be protected throughout the construction. We are also relocating the butterfly garden and the Kunti plants on the campus. They'll also be saved and preserved. Furthermore, the time capsule will remain in place. It'll be spotlighted where you'll walk down around Town Hall grounds and along Orange Drive and be able to see it. We have also cataloged all the memorial items, including the trees, benches, some of the council members' chairs just sitting in here with nameplates, and we'll be contacting their respective family members regarding those memorials. Should any of the memorials need to be relocated, they will remain on site and the donors will be updated. As for Town Hall, it's currently planned for 4 stories and captures the elements of the Weston-themed design manual with a maintenance-friendly and modern look with faux wood and stacked stone. The Town Hall also incorporates other Weston characteristics, including large roof overhangs, covered front porches, metal roofing, a clock, and a wind vane. By consolidating the 4 buildings we have here now into one, we'll be also adding approximately 1 acre of more green space around the Town Hall campus. In addition, the new building will highlight our history as you'll pass through a replication of the Town Hall's original entry feature. We maintain this entry feature and the look as current Town Hall and the new Town Hall to convey the feeling that as you enter, you'll be walking through our past as we enter into our future. I want to thank you, Mayor, for the opportunity to share that.
Thank you. It was a beautiful presentation, and I know the thing that I'm so thrilled about is that we're preserving all of these beautiful trees. That was one of the most important points about building the new building, was a replication of our front porch and saving the trees. Davie was first incorporated in 1925 and subsequently reincorporated in 1961. We have former town council members in attendance today, spanning decades of service, including one individual, Carl Weissman. Can you hear me, Carl? Hey. Who served on the town council from 1961 to 62. We now want to present the former town council members in attendance with a gift of our appreciation and offer them the opportunity to make a few comments. Mr. Lemack? I'll wait till you get down there. We'll start off with Carl Weissman. He's not getting up. They're going to go to him. If you want to get up and speak, if not, then Mr. Lemack will come to you with a microphone.
Yes, I'm very much surprised by this whole place. First time I've seen it now in maybe 30 years, 40 years. I was around here long before this was become a city hall. Before that was Chamber of Commerce building, which all the dances were held every weekend. So I'm very much surprised how it's gone.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you. David Thompson.
Come on down.
Come on, I can come to you. It's your choice. Whatever, you can put.
Meet halfway.
You know, it was by asking when I came in to get the cheat sheet here. What particular activity or event are you most proud of during your time on the council? Well, to be honest with you, I think that what happened in 1974 was a mandate that the city, around the county, all the cities, develop a land use plan. We had one, but it wasn't worth the dime you spent to develop it. Right, exactly. So if you were here, and were involved at all, you would realize just how many hours were spent with meetings with the town council and the residents within the city in the various areas with the development of that land use plan. So I think that's by far the best thing that happened while I was there. And I was only on the council one term, 2 years, but I lived here for a long time. I was on the zoning board for a long time. I was on the code enforcement, Boy Scouts 118. I was happy to see Troop 118 come in through here. Those are my kids. So thank you.
Thank you. Thomas Gill, better known as Tommy.
I would like to address the council and everybody here tonight. This property was originally purchased by the Chamber of Commerce in 1937. This original building was built in 1942 by the Chamber of Commerce, and it served not only the Chamber of Commerce, but Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, 4-H, the Orange Blossom Court, the Orange Blossom displays. It served a lot of uses over time. And as good as it's been to have a nice building like this, it's going to be better to have a nicer building. But never lose sight, it's the people that makes this town, and it's their involvement. And I don't care how big or how beautiful the building is, we have to get involved, and for better or for worse, speak our mind. That's what this country's all about.
Thank you. Beautiful. John Premio.
You know, I have a lot of memories of town, every one of them good. It's just an amazing place. I've been a banker throughout, also still am. But probably the one thing that stands out in my memory of being Mayor Davie was I was stupid enough to ride a bull in the rodeo. I lasted 4 seconds, broke my glasses, and I think Jim DeLeo followed me right after that. But it's a wonderful town. It's done so much for the people in it, and you've been able to keep the charm of the town in today's world where it really need to be totally business.
Richard Lyle. Is he here? No.
I don't think so. No.
Jim DeLeo.
Just to clarify, when John was talking about the rodeo and riding the bull, this came about because we, Davie, challenged Cooper City to a bull ride. But really, understand that the bulls were not really full-grown bulls, they were calves. So for John to tell you that he lasted 4 seconds was really no big deal. But the difference is that when it came time, I'm 6'5".
Oh.
I got on the calf, and all I had to do was stand up, and the calf took off. Well, by doing that, we obviously won the bet in Cooper City. But I'll tell you, we really, all in all, I have to tell you, my time here as a member of the council was very memorable, served with some tremendous people, got to make many, many friends. And I think what I'm most proud of is the fact that during my tenure on the council, we were able to expand through annexation to our west and kept that expansion going even after I had left the town council. But other than that, I'm just very, very happy, and I thank you all for this day and for this time. Thank you.
Pat Brennan. Scott Cowan.
Thank you, Rick. Actually, I'm going to give you some historical perspective that you may not know. You mentioned earlier about the Western Theme Manual. Well, I was here sitting on this dais the night the Western Theme came to Davie. You know, just before you mentioned Pat Brennan, Dr. Pat Brennan, optometrist. Pat Brennan was sitting up there, and he looked at an architect's rendering of a project that was coming down into Davie Road, and he said, "Can't we make this a little more Western than this?" In fact, I think all of that area should be Western. And that was the birth that night of the Western Theme. There was no manual at the time, but that was it. And the second thing was, I wanted something that Jim DeLeo mentioned. We had hired a consulting firm to help us with our boundaries, because originally, back in 1979 or 80, Davie boundaries were all over the place. And the recommendation was to square off the boundaries and get rid of property that just didn't seem to fit. And the motion passed first reading 4-0. The fifth vote was Jim DeLeo, who was not present at that meeting, was out of town. When he came back 2 weeks later for second reading and the item came up, he questioned by saying, "Why are we doing this? Why would we ever want to get rid of any property?" And made a case for why we should not have squared off those boundaries. And it's to the credit of Jim DeLeo that Davie did not have to fight like other cities with the Sunrise problem when Mayor LaMello was in charge in those days. So that's an historical perspective of things that, you know, that Davie is known for, but you may not have known the germination of it. So, Rick, thank you.
Thank you. Joan Kovac.
As is my way, I prepared a few remarks because I'm better that way. If this old building can talk, it would have some wonderful tales to tell. During the years, we've cobbled her together, rearranging rooms, adding wings with uneven floor plans, and patching an ever-leaking roof. But somehow, as shabby as it may have appeared, especially in contrast to the tall, shiny new town halls of other Broward cities, it retained its charm and passionately preserved the sense of history that is so important to those of us in Davie. The old building was proud to be an oasis in the midst of all the phonetic high-rises of other cities, a reminder of that country western feeling that makes Davie stand apart. Now the time has come to fondly bid the old building goodbye, but I'm so proud of all of you leaders up there that you're going to retain a reminder of our past. I think that's wonderful. Thank you. And I loved serving. I love the town of Davie. It was a wonderful experience. Thank you all so much.
Thank you. Kathy Cox.
I didn't really prepare anything, but I have to tell you that it was an extreme privilege for me to serve this town. My heart is still here. I live in Southwest Ranches now, but my heart is here. It still will be here. I'm so proud of all the things that we accomplished even when I was just on the council. The open space program and the trail system to kind of preserve the agricultural feel of the town. Getting the old Davie School underway and turning it into a really significant museum and some of the history of Broward County. We built the cop shop. We did so many things. And I just want to thank my fellow council members who served with me and supported those activities, and all the town people who helped support us in our efforts to keep Davie a town. And I think we did a really great job.
Monroe Care.
Getting up out of that chair is tough. Hey, thanks, Rick. I just want to thank you all for everything you do. You do a magnificent job. I'm very proud of each and every one of you. Like everybody said, I love this town. I served for 10.5 years. And when I came here, I left Pembroke Pines. They had a fantastic police department. Ours wasn't to the same caliber. They had many parks. We had maybe one major park, Griffin. When I left, and I had a young family, so sports was important to me. When I left after 10.5 years, we had around 23 parks, if I recall. We had the open space, and we have the best police department in Broward County. We have our own EMT and the best fire department. And all in all, you guys have done a fantastic job. Keep up the good work. Love you all. Thank you.
Geraldine Clark. Did I see? She didn't come? Oh. Tom Truex.
So thank you for putting this together this morning. This is nice. It's a nice reunion, I think, for a lot of us. And my family and I, we moved here in the 1980s, and it was a great place for our 4 daughters all grew up here. We loved it here. We had a lot of fun here. I enjoyed being on the town council a lot. It was a lot of fun. I thought in those years, I thought we accomplished a lot. And everybody's experience is different. So I'll tell it's not really advice, but I'll just tell the celebrities, as much as I enjoyed serving on the town council, here's another thing I enjoy, not serving on the town council. So thanks for your service. I know it's a lot of work, and the town appreciates what you all do.
Lisa Hubert. She didn't come. Michael Crowley. Mike.
Mayor, Council, thank you. This is a great event. You know, it just puts on top of all the memories that we all have, you know, in the town of Davie. You know, serving this community 33 years at the district and 7 years here, and coming out and seeing some friends I haven't seen in years. It's good to see everybody. And once again, you know, working with the district, I work with a lot of cities, towns, and county, and I would have to say you have the best staff here. #1 staff, all the way around.
Agree. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. If I may say one thing, first time I ever seen Tommy Gill with a microphone and didn't tell a joke.
Thank you.
Brian Koletka.
So the last 2 speakers stole pretty much everything I had to say. First, it feels great not to serve anymore, but but what it does is it gives me the admiration for those that continue to do so, and with great respect. And the second is that it afforded me to meet a lot of great people that I consider friends, and I know that they're going to be lifelong. And finally, the best decision I ever made was to hire this guy right here, Rick Lemack, as town administrator, and I stand by that.
Thank you very much. Included in the token bag you received when you arrived today is a 3x5 wooden memento with a nameplate on it. The wood for this token is an actual piece taken from this very council chamber as a keepsake. So you'll always have a piece of this town hall in your hand and in your heart. There is no higher calling than public service, and as a part of today's ceremony, we also want to remember the former town council members who have passed away. Vice Mayor Whitman and council members Hatton, Starkey, and Lewis will now read the names of those former council members as we remember them for their service to the town of Davie. Okay, Vice Mayor.
J. Kenneth Kane, Larry Winkelhoff, Clarence Rubinson, Glenn Sutliff, C.E. Veely, James McGee, Richard Griffin, Frank Haas, Donald Wilban, Betty Roberts, and Clifford Lloyd.
Councilmember Lewis.
Thank you, Mayor. Charles Osborne, Furman Bastian, William Smith, A.D. Griffin, Frederick Resnick, Arthur Wolfe, J.A. Musgrove, John Salvino, Richard Halliburton, and J. Charles Lloyd.
Howard Pearson, Marjorie Smith, Jeffrey Latham, David Yarborough, Herbert McLachlan, Delbert Doster, Merle Henderson, Herbert Wormsor, Dorothy Bruns, and Frank Lizzie.
Councilmember Starkey.
Arthur Higbee, Richard Marant, Michael Martianism Izinen. I'm sorry. Somebody probably can pronounce that better. V.J. Jenkins, M. Arthur Lazier, Frank Canada, Earl Morrill, James Bush, Frank DeAndrea, and Harry Venice.
Let us all just bow our heads for a moment and thanking those individuals who are no longer with us. If I could just add a comment, I think the first mayor that I was actively involved with was Bud Jenkins. And we spent hours sitting at a table with maps of the town of Davie, and he was telling me every canal bank is a trail. Every canal bank is a trail. I've been fighting that ever since, and so has Kathy. So, and the other one I want to mention is Harry Venice. Harry Venice was a very, very dear friend of mine, and he was my mentor. He took me under his wing when I was first elected, and I owe him a great deal of gratitude for teaching me a lot of the things that I have applied over the years. As I remarked earlier today, this event is bittersweet for me. Many of you have visited Town Hall for one of many reasons, from attending town council meetings, our annual Orange Blossom event, the West Fair, enjoying our lighting of the greens, or other town events. For many years, we talked about the possibility of a new town hall, and now it is coming to fruition. I am proud to say that the new town hall will be built with no increase in taxes. The town obtained a bond utilizing existing revenues to fund this project, and importantly, we received a AAA bond rating, which only 7 other municipalities in the state of Florida have achieved. And I have to mention, it was that rating it was that rating that helped us with that bond issue. And we were told by our finance director, Mr. Ackerman, that people were flooding to try to get in on that bond because of our fabulous rating. The town hall has been a spark for the redevelopment of Davie Road that carries out the vision that was established in 1988 with the formation of the Community Redevelopment Agency and the creation of the Regional Activity Center in 1998. I think that was the first meeting that I had when I came on, was the vote for on that Regional Activity Center. I had to learn a lot very, very quickly. The rodeo arena and open space will remain as the centralized feature of this campus as we seek to create our vision of a dining and entertainment destination downtown. At incorporation in 1961, the town of Davie had a population of several thousand residents located east of University Drive. Today, We are the largest municipality in Broward County by land mass, with over 36 square miles of land, with a population exceeding 106,000 residents. But we're still a town.
Yes.
We continue to protect and treasure our rural and equestrian lifestyle, as well as remembering our roots as a Western and agricultural community. Open and recreational space preservation remains paramount. We have some of the best parks in Broward County, with close to 40 town parks and facilities. Families see Davie as a desirable community to relocate to because we have a robust recreational and an active system of parks and open space covering nearly 2,000 acres and over 200 miles of equestrian and recreational trails. From our humble roots, the town of Davie is now a full-service municipality with 835 employees. Our fire department is now an ISO rated 1 fire department, which is the highest possible rating, and our police department received the Excelsior recognition, which is awarded Florida criminal justice agencies, which have demonstrated an exceptional commitment to the Florida accreditation process. The town of Davie is also a leading agency in sustainable actions, and our efforts are being recognized nationally. The town has been recognized as a certified Florida green local government by the Florida Green Building Coalition and recently joined the International Race to Zero campaign in order to remove all emissions from fossil fuels. I could go on and on about all the town's great accomplishments. However, I want to give the other town council members the opportunity to share their thoughts on this historic event. Vice Mayor, would you like to go first?
Thank you, Mayor. Howdy, y'all. As a lifelong Davie resident, I am proud to be sitting on this dais today and celebrating the former town hall. I love my town. I love the people. I make a point to know my neighbors, the business owners, etc. I don't just go into their place of business to patronize them. I go in to ask how their mom or dad is doing and what their wives or kids are up to. It is a wholesome town to me. People have known me on a first-name basis since I was a kid growing up here. Davie has gone through a lot of changes over the years, and I am excited we are at the point of revitalizing downtown Davie and our new town hall. We'll support that effort. I remain committed to preserving and maintaining the town's past, present, and tomorrow's future by making the town stronger for the next generation to come. We are a town on the move, moving forward while still holding on to our roots and heritage as a town. I want to again recognize the former council members in attendance with us today. Your support and dedication to the town of Davie has served as an example to all of us. Thank you. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilmember Lewis, the birthday boy. It's his birthday today.
Happy birthday to you. Happy
Thank you.
birthday to you.
Happy birthday, dear Marlon. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I want to say that my 15th year serving here on council, it has been an honor and a privilege, and it's given me an opportunity to meet people that I've never would have had the opportunity to meet. People that have had an influence on my life, people that are going to be my friends forever. This is a town that we're unique. Everyone knows that. We're a cowboy town. We have our animals. But one of the things that makes this town so special to me is the people that live here. If you see after a hurricane how our neighbors get out and help one another, the people in this town serve and help. We're a strong, loving community of people that are just that salt of the earth. I love this town. I love the people, and it has been a pleasure and an honor to serve up here and be a part of this council and to serve this town. And I thank you all for this opportunity. And thank you.
Councilmember Hatton?
What? Vice Mayor Hatton?
Did I say it? I thought I said council member.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
It's fine. Good afternoon. It's an honor to sit up here on the dais in a position that so many of you have held through the years. When I was elected in 2010, I committed to carrying on the fine work that you have all accomplished that has made Davie truly special. Mayor, you mentioned so many achievements through the years, and I would like to add one that the town is so proud of, and that's recently receiving the Certified Local Government title from the state of Florida. This designation allows the town to manage our historic designations, which is paramount to our history. I am fortunate that my position affords me the opportunity to represent the town on other important matters that has brought in grant funding and enabled me to advocate for the town projects and our residents. These include the MPO, or the Metropolitan Planning Organization for Transportation, Broward County Solid Waste Working Group for recycling and lower disposal costs, and the Affordable Housing Council to identify opportunities for more affordable housing in Davie. This allows the town to maintain our low tax rate while being environmentally sensitive, as well as protecting our infrastructure and assets to be proactive and not react to changing conditions. We have also embarked on a public art master plan across the town. You can view semblance of the town's culture and history on our buildings, in parks, and soon along the downtown Davie corridor, with more to come. I am so appreciative to all of you for laying the foundation for such tremendous town success, and I am proud that we all share the passion for public service. Thank you.
Very nice. Thank you. Councilmember Starkey?
Thank you, Mayor. I did not have a chance to do any prepared comments, and I apologize for that. I was attending the Florida League of Cities Board of Directors meeting. My colleagues have appointed me to the Florida League of Cities many years ago, and it has really been an honor and a pleasure to be part of that. We fight for our legislative issues, and many of you out there understand what that means, home rule, and being able to preserve our identity. And that identity in Town Hall is who we are and what you see and what you've laid for foundation, many of you who are here today. The enthusiasm I had when they first told me that they were going to have previous elected officials, I mean, I internally just went yippee. I could not wait to hear some of the stories or what it was like to serve back when you were on council, because so many of you have been like my mentors. I mean, I look at Monroe and Kathy Cox and of course Joan and many of you that I've served with, and Tommy and all of you I've gotten a chance to know. And I just thank you all so much for what you've lent to us as leaders in this town, sharing what you've learned and what you know and how we can make it even better. That's one of the things that I've enjoyed so much on this council, is the vision that you've laid forward to see what we've done and being able to keep it the way it is with our open space trails and the master plans. Yes, we've grown. Yes, sometimes you've drove into Town Hall or down Davie Road and said, what were they thinking? What happened? But give it time, because what it is, and like somebody spoke earlier saying, it's not just bricks and mortar, it's what's inside. And what's inside this town is just phenomenal. Our businesses, our residents, and all of you who served and all I serve with, I thank you all very much. And our staff. Our staff has been amazing at making sure that we do a good job and we get the homework that we have to study and learn and know. And I never knew that it would be so exciting. When I first got elected in 2001, it wasn't my first experience with government. I'm sure Joan and Kathy and Monroe remember that I used to come to Town Hall with my 4 children in tow, complaining about the overcrowding in schools and trying to establish a better open space program and our parks and recreation bond that we had. So my involvement then didn't stop, but it sure did encourage me then to run for office to ensure the future of our community. And I just want to thank every one of you for that. So thank you. It's an honor to serve.
Very nice.
Let me take this opportunity. Robin Bartleman just came into the room. You were introduced before, but if you'd like to stand and say. She's doing a phenomenal job in Tallahassee. We thank you very much. I, too, before we finish out, wanted to commend our staff for putting this together with so much heart and so much dignity. We have the greatest staff. We have the greatest family. And it's a family, because everyone on our staff believes in this community, and they strive their hardest to work to make this the best community. And I think they've done a good job, and they certainly make us look very good. No, it's all right. And I also want to thank personally Mr. Lemack. For all of you who have been here a long time, you know that longevity with a town administrator is very challenging. But 12 years, Rick is the best thing that happened in town. Maybe after Irv Rosenbaum did a lot of good stuff. He was boxing and worked on the initial open space program. But very honestly, I think the amount of forward motion that we've had in this town that you've taken to heart and led your staff to work on has been phenomenal. And we owe you a great deal of thanks and accomplishments. And his little fingerprint, even though he always says, well, I don't vote on this, but his fingerprints are on Davie Road, very much so, and he has been working very hard toward that. So again, I want to thank everyone, and I want to invite you, after we adjourn, to go outside for refreshments, and to thank it's Mission Barbecue, right? Who have supplied the food for the day, and to thank them. And if there are no objections, we will close today's ceremony. We're adjourned.